Hey guys, the sun is shining. It's the last day of winter here. You can sit outside with a t-shirt on, no problem. And I thought I'd celebrate that fact with a fantastic beer mail. So you can already tell by the label, this is a beer from Kristian from Sticky Tentacles Brewing. And I've decided I'll go for the lower ABV of the two beers you sent me, Kristian. The Bastard Brown Ale, 4.9%, bottled on the 16th of the 7th, so it's just about 5-6 weeks old. So thank you very much for this, Kristian. I'm totally dying to try both of the beers you've sent me. Now I've got some notes from Kristian, but what I'll do first is I'll pour up the beer and then I'll go through what Kristian's written about the beer, and then we'll get into smelling and tasting the beer. So a little bit of a hiss, not too much. Pour it up into this glass here. Okay, there we go. So yeah, wasn't a lot of hiss when I opened the cap. So I don't know whether you purposely carved it a little bit lower, Kristian, just because you were sending the beers internationally, but that doesn't matter. It's poured up a real sort of rich, I was going to say like a walnutty brown. I don't know if that's showing up in the camera. Just a small cap on the top, but that's fine. Beer's a bit hazy, but yeah, it's been out of the fridge for a while, but could still be a little bit of chill haze there. So while I'm showing the beer here, I'll just quickly go through what Kristian's written about it. Let me bring the chair a bit closer, so I don't have to hold the beer out quite so far. Okay, so this is the Bastard Brown Ale. Kristian says originally an adapted version of Michaela's Jackie Brown, but he's changed it quite a lot. He named it the Bastard because of all the grief it caused him. He said I'm really happy with the way it turned out in the end after a successful rescue attempt. So the grain bill on this, or the grist, is Pilsner malt, brown malt, dark Munich malt. I've tried Munich malt, I've never seen dark Munich malt, so that's interesting. Crystal 120 EBC. Flaked oats roasted in the oven at 175 degrees for 15 minutes, then 150 degrees for another 15 minutes. Some carapils and also chocolate malt. And the hops are 30 grams of Columbus at 60 minutes. Cascade at 0 minutes, 40 grams for a 30-minute hop stand. Fermented with USO5. And then after that, after 1 week, it was racked to secondary, dry hopped with 40 grams of Amarillo, and then 118 grams of oak cubes that had been soaked in Brassard XO cognac for a week. So that sounds interesting. The cubes have previously been used in my red wine. And then after 2 weeks, he added 326 grams of muscovado sugar and pitched more USO5, I guess just to kick that muscovado off. So plenty going on in the beer as far as what's in it. So I'm really looking forward to trying this, Kristian. Thank you very much. Thank you again for sending it all the way over to me. I really do appreciate it. I appreciate any beer mail. I know that what's involved as far as the time and the effort in making the beer, and just even in packing beers up and sending them off. There's a lot of effort and thought goes into that. So cheers to you, Kristian. Cheers to everyone else. Let's get a... Ooh. That smells really good straight away. Not sure what I'm picking up, but all I know is I like the aroma straight away. Yeah, I'm picking at the oak. and a little bit of maybe a little bit of cognac. Not too much in the way of the hops, but it's almost got like a coffee, like a nice, that coffee aroma you get. Looks like my paperwork's going to go flying. Hang on one sec. Okay, I'm back. Yeah, like a fresh coffee, and then I'm picking up that Muscovado sugar. I've never used it in brewing myself, but there's a nice dark sweet sort of aroma as well. That is really, really inviting, Kristian. Fantastic. Just from the aroma itself, it smells delicious. So let's dive in. Oh, it tastes nice. It tastes very nice indeed. Yeah, the flavour follows on nicely from the aroma. Just quickly talk about the body. The body's was it 4.9? It's yeah, it's not yeah, it's sort of below a medium body, quite a light body. Carbonation is quite light as well, as you would have seen before. Bitterness is quite moderate. It's yeah, it's quite low. I don't know what the IBUs are, but yeah, quite moderate, quite low. Yeah, let's get on to the flavour. Oh yeah, it follows on really nicely from the aroma. It's nice that I'm picking a lot of things I was picking up in the aroma coming through in the flavour, like the oak and the Muscovado, which, as I said before, I'm not overly familiar with, but yeah, a real nice sort of dark, sweet sort of flavour, and that like sort of hints of coffee are coming through in the flavour as well. That is really nice. And what's great about it is it's, even though it's 4.9 and the body's a little bit light, the mouthfeel's maybe a little bit light, it's got tons and tons of flavour. Yeah, and sort of hints of that cognac as well. Just so many layers of flavour coming through. Every mouthful you can sort of, if you sit back and think about it, you sort of pick out something else, which is, when you're drinking a beer, what more can you ask for? A beer that gives you something different every mouthful. Yeah, fantastic. I think what I'm really enjoying, apart from the fact it's got lots of different flavours, is, there's flavours which I don't think I've had in beers before, like the cognac, the Muscovado. I don't think I've ever had a beer with Muscovado in it. It's just really rewarding trying a beer that has lots to give, I guess is the way to say it. You can definitely taste the alcohol coming through now from the cognac. Yeah, I think you've done a fantastic job there, Kristian. It's unlike any other beer I've ever had. I can't think of any beer commercially that I've had in New Zealand that would be even close to it. Reminds me a bit of some of the Jack Daniel's sort of oaked beers that Les from Two Hands Brewing has done. But even in saying that, it's a totally unique beer. And I think you basically say that in the notes, you had a few issues with it, and it's turned out to be its own beer, totally unique. Yeah, the roast, I guess there's a little bit of sort of hiding behind maybe I'm confusing it with the oak a little bit. There's a nice little sort of roast, it's probably the roast oats roasted flake oats coming through as well, sort of blending in with the oak. And yeah, a little bit of hint of chocolate as well. You know, I could sit back, well, I will sit back after this video and just enjoy every mouthful and just see what else I can pick up in it. So thank you very much for that, Kristian. Hope it didn't sound like a huge waffle fest there. And thanks to everyone else for watching. Stay tuned. Not sure what the next video will be, but in the next within the next week I'll do the second of the beers from Kristian, which is his memory mismatch double IPA. I'm really looking forward to that, so stay tuned to that soon. And yeah, we'll catch you guys later on. Enjoy the rest of your day. Over and out. Cheers.